It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And the Indiana Pacers, a team that a few years back played in 2 straight conference finals, had the best record in the East in 2014, but a lot of changes have been made since then. Guys, were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I was surprised. They're very proactive in moving around guys, but I was surprised. They have a smaller team. They're trying to play the small ball of the East, but it hasn't been measured into wins yet. However, it's still coming, Shaq. It's still coming.
It might have been time for a change. Some players are falling off a little bit. They've been unable to capture the same success, though. But we'll see.
Kevin Harlan, please take it away.
Oh, say does that.
And the performance of the Star-Spangled Banner by Linda Lynn. We are happy to have you with us tonight for the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Last game for the Pacers, a loss to Detroit. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, they allowed way too many easy buckets. I thought they lacked toughness and energy all night.
And let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance moments ago to talk with head coach Nate McMillan.
Well, guys, he told me that today is all about setting the tone for the rest of the season series with this team. He said they're going to be a tough opponent for us every time we see them, and we've got to let them know right now, today, that we're going to be just as tough for them. We'll find out, indeed, if they can set the right tone, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. And, Chris, a lot of coaches will use the early part of the season to try out different lineups or combinations to see how that might all work together, function together. Did you like or dislike this period of the year?
As a player, I liked it because I knew that practicing with some guys, I wanted to actually play with them on the court. And you don't get time in practice to play, and so you do get that time. But that's where the older teams or veteran teams or teams that have been together longer have an advantage. They don't have to start or worry about training camp, the lack of preseason games. They already have their system implemented and in place, and guys know their role. And so when you're a young team trying to establish your identity, it's tough because it's hard to get consistency when the coach is playing with lineups. That's why you want to be on a veteran team with veteran players that understand the system. Your season kicks off much faster.
Good info. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Now here's Collison. Shoots over Grant. That doesn't go either for Collison. Down low, it's tipped. Here's Markkanen, and he makes good on the layup.
And Markkanen continuing to improve inside. I mean, utilizing his height, the D has a tough time matching up with somebody with his skill set.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Now, don't forget his rebounding work, too. They couldn't contain him on the glass.
And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, at about 6'8", what is it that enables Young to finish so well inside?
I think it's more finesse than power. Not a lot of free throws for him, but he can get his shot off quickly before the shot blockers have time to gather.
Now, here's Grant. He dishes it to Markkanen. Here's Grant. They set the screen. 6 to shoot. Collison with it. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Here's the teardrop. No good that time. Good D by Lopez. Here's Levine. The rebound by Turner.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Here's Oladipo after the made shot from Zach LaVine. He used that pick just right. Oladipo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Grant dishes to Lopez. Back to Grant. Lopez a screen. Grant the pass to Levine. And the 3 off target. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. Oladipo for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling. Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Collison. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Collison's got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, Kevin, it takes a lot of distraction on behalf of the D to knock Collison off his groove. His focus is razor sharp when it comes to his jump shot.
The feed to Levine. And Lopez has it in the corner. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. And Levine throws it down.
And this is why defensively you can't afford to let Levine get to the rim. Too much explosiveness.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Collison kicks to Young. Lets it go from 11. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Now, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
And Markkanen throws it down.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Now, here's Oladipo. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Detroit. Collison, good.
The mid-range area of the floor is so important, and Collison knows how to shoot from it.
Pass to Markkanen. Levine dishes to Lopez. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Well, and Robin Lopez, the big piece that came to the Bulls in the Derrick Rose trade. He's always been a solid center. Plays solid defense on the block and isn't lost when it's stretched out. He does a good job of protecting the rim as well.
And with Robin Lopez, a very imposing player on the court, but he's also one of the more colorful characters, Chris, in the league. A very, very funny guy.
Well, I don't know what happened with him and mascots as a kid, but he's been taking his revenge out on them his whole career. He brings a great vibe to the locker room that helps with that team chemistry.
Now, here's Grant. Bogdanovich missing his last shot. Pondexter kicks to Grant. Outside, Levine. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Lopez. Good work defensively by Turner. Pacers trail by 3. Oladipo outside. Outside Collison. Oladipo against Levine. The offensive rebound. Here's Turner. Banked in off the glass.
Tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Outside Levine. Back to Grant. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I mean, this D is a joke. It's way too passive. They got to get a body on him, and he's on his way to the bucket.
There's the dish to Turner. And Grant sends it back. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Markkanen over Young. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Thaddeus Young. And Chris, when you played, what did you always appreciate from your front court mate?
Wow, the defense, someone that could help defensively, someone that could help on the boards, and I was really lucky to play with some great passers. And Juwan Howard, when I was with him in Washington, probably the best passing big man I played with, and then Vlade Divac. I mean, being able to play with those guys, I really appreciated their passing because they make it easy for you.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Quincy Pondexter. Justin Holiday's checked in for Levine, and G's subbed in for Grant. Now here's Joseph. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let him have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Mirotic has a wide-open look. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Pacers trail by 4. Stevenson passes to Robinson. Here's Sabonis. Feeds to Jefferson. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
A bull in the china shop down low. Jefferson also has that soft shooting touch.
Paul Zipser, he's checked in for the Bulls. And the Pacers with the longest standing ownership in the NBA.
And that's a lot to be proud of for Pacers fans. I mean, Indiana, a state that loves basketball. And the Pacers haven't won fewer than 32 games since 1989. So they're always in the fold in terms of being competitive.
Now here is Holiday. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Here's Sabonis after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And his first shot of the game, no good. Outside Holiday. G kicks to Mirotic. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Zipser, the pass to G. To the paint. Here's Portis. And that one drops for him. And it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Jefferson setting the pick for Joseph. There's the pick. And here are the Pacers now. Screen by Jefferson. Here's Robinson. And Mirotic sends it back. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Here's G. He's covered by Joseph. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. Last season, one thing this Bulls team did was attack the glass. We're used to seeing them rebound well on the defensive end. They also did great work, Chris, getting second chance points.
Yeah, you love the fight and attitude every player has in the paint. Everyone on this roster can go up and steal you an extra possession if you don't box them out.
And G drops them both.
Well, the Bulls last year were just dreadful. I mean, they were one of the worst three-point percentages in the league. They just didn't have enough consistent shooters to spread the floor.
Now, here's Stevenson. Outside Robinson. Wide open look. And he connects with the jumper. Chicago leading by 5. And Chris, for the Bulls last season, they knew shooting from distance would be an issue for them. At least it was something they tried to avoid.
Well, you can't have success without having a deep threat or two. Bulls learned that the hard way last season. With a completely revamped roster, they hope for better results from outside.
He kicks it to Joseph.
That's the second foul, and now they might really go at him. I mean, try to get a third foul and force him to sit on the bench.
And the Bulls making a change here. Dunn's checked in. Here's Joseph. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. There's a screen by Robinson. 4 on the clock. Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. Shoots over Mirotic. Almost, but it rolls out.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Holiday left side. And Mirotic kicks to Zipser. Doesn't go that time. And Indiana will go the other way with it. And stolen by Dunn. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Zipser kicks to Dunn. Mirotic, a screen on Joseph. Here's Dunn. And it's denied. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. And that one is good.
And the length of Dunn really annoys the opposition. So good at sticking his hands in passing lanes and coming away with steals.
Passes it to Holiday. That will count. Got it off in time, but it's no good. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bulls out front, up 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Well, it's all about the rim protection because it's been fantastic. A big part of helping them build this early lead.
The Bulls leading by 3. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Bulls, we've got Nikola Mirotic. Dunn is out there with Valentine. And it's Zipser in at the 3, the small forward. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Screen by Jefferson. Sabonis, the pass to Jefferson. And Mirotic sends it back. Dishes to Robinson. Now here's Valentine. Guarded by Robinson. And off target that time from Zipser. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yeah, I'm with you. Disgraceful performance and an issue that might be tricky to fix.
Now here's Joseph. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. There's a screen by Robinson. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Sabonis. Dunn kicks to Zipser. Now the pass to Dunn. Now here is Mirotic. Tight defense on him. Shot clock at 6. Valentine passes to Felicio. And the Bulls with another miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the foul on Al Jefferson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Chicago. Bean comes in for Paul Zipser. Indiana also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Jefferson. And it's Oladipo in for Lance Stevenson. Here's Levine. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Now Joseph, he's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and then running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. you have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Young's checked in for Sabonis. Bogdanovich comes in for Robinson. And it's Collison in for Corey Joseph.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching. Just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with them. Didn't know or his expectations, never played with them. So, no, I never saw it coming.
The Bulls have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. LaVine against Oladipo. Here's Dunn. Tips it up. LaVine on the follow. LaVine's got 10 points in the game.
Exceptional instincts on the offensive boards and didn't try to slam it home. Tipping it in was all he needed.
The Pacers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Screen by Young. The drive by Collison. Over Dunn. And it's Chicago with the rebound. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
And both of these teams somewhat middle of the road, looking to become elite, having something to prove coming into this matchup.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? You know, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you know, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. You know, just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help. And I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so, to me, the veteran presence is everything. You know, Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, you know, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now, here's Valentine. Following the miss by Miles Turner. Kicks it to Markkanen. Out to the right wing. On the wing, LaVine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Pacers.
And their big men are getting the bigger percentage of these boards. You know, you expect that, and they'll need them to continue to patrol the paint and clean up the mess if they're going to win this game.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Pondexter comes in for Denzel Valentine. And G's subbed in for Chris Dunn. Now here's LaVine. 10 points for him. And it goes down 2 points.
If you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. He feeds it to Turner. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Turner's got 9 points. The Bulls leading by 4. G kicks to LaVine. Lopez a screen. G passes to Markkanen. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Here's Young, and Young slams it home.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's G. He's covered by Collison. The feed to G. Lopez, a screen on Collison. G kicks to LaVine. Again, LaVine missing. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Outside Collison. Here's Bogdanovich. Here's Turner. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Bulls have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Levine kicks to G. They get it back. Lopez. Good work defensively by Turner.
Wow, he just does everything right there except hit the layup.
Now here's Collison. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Shoots over Pondexter, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Bogdanovich, the 31st pick in the 2011 draft. Played in Turkey, Chris, for 3 years and finally came over to the NBA in 2014.
Yeah, he made all-rookie second team that season. Now entering his prime and certainly very capable offensively.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No. If anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
And Holiday, here we go. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Holiday's got his first points of the game. Indiana trailing here. Collison dishes to Young. That's tipped.
And how about marketing, using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Here's Collison. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Collison's got it all tied up now for the Pacers. And Chicago shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. G kicks to Portis. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now, here's Bogdanovich. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Chicago with the ball after Bojan Bogdanovich getting his shot to go from deep. To the wing on the left. Holiday against Oladipo. Pass to G. Shoots from the corner. Here's Pondexter. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Pondexter's got his first points of the night.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. So for the Bulls, Mirotic is checked in for Markkanen. Paul Zipser comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Grant in for G. Now here's Joseph. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Jefferson, a screen on Mirotic. High post try, and that one is off. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Grant outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Sabonis. Joseph has an open look. And once again off the mark by Indiana. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Grant kicks to Zipser. Mirotic passes to Holiday. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Here's Joseph. The rebound by Holiday. Here's Zipser. Portis kicks to Mirotic. Here's Grant. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Bulls lead by 3. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now, that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. You look at Zach. The Bulls leading by 3. On the court right now for the Pacers. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. Indiana's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
Markkanen kicks to Grant. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. LaVine, good.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leaving. It won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent.
LaVine kicks to Markkanen. Grant outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over Collison. No good from Grant. Pacers trail by 4. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Here's Young. Lays it up off the glass. Young's got 5 now. 90 seconds now into the second half. Grant outside. On the wing, LaVine takes a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
He finds a major hole in the D beyond the arc. Still can't cash in on it.
Oladipo misses. Bulls have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Collison against Grant. Pass to Markkanen. To the middle. Here's LaVine. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
The Bulls leading by 4. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Markkanen. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Markkanen absorbing the contact. He's really good at staying with his shot through that contact.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And for so long, the Bulls really were synonymous with the best defensive teams in the league. But as a team, they've started to slip the last few years. It's something that has been lost while this team kind of retools for the future.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Collison dishes to Young.
The scrappy nature of Lopez is one of his best attributes. He doesn't give up anything easy to shoot. That's a good way to boost his three-point percentage, take advantage of some soft defense.
And it used to be you could pencil in the Bulls as a top 10 defensive team by most metrics in any given year. But, Greg, the last few seasons, they've just been middle of the pack.
And, you know, over the history of this team, they've always been at their best when they played great defense. You go back to those Jordan years where they were...
Look at that jam! Oh. I mean, just beautiful.
Sick. Oh, I love to see the unselfishness from Collison. Really whips the ball over to the open man quickly.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Indiana's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. And finished off by Oladipo.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Well, while he's out there making a play, everyone else is watching. Solid individual effort right there.
Grant with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. And it's sent back by Turner. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
So for the Bulls, Felicio's checked in for Markkanen. Denzel Valentine comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's done in for Jaren Grant. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Oh, and that would have been a spectacular alley-oop. Really difficult to get the timing right on those long ones.
And Chris, it's a players' league, and yet the officials, of course, have an impact on games. I'm thinking of a certain Game 6 back in 2002. In your opinion, how does the league ensure greater consistency with the officiating of games?
Well, I promised myself, Kevin, thanks for bringing up 2002, that I would never think about that aloud. You know, I'm going to have to go lay on somebody's couch after we do this game right here. But I think the league just has to be transparent. They have to let fans know when the ref has messed up. We're all human, so I think it comes into play when you aren't transparent, when you aren't honest with your fans, because we have the smartest fans of any sport, I believe. And so I think transparency is good. But human error is always going to be in there as long as it doesn't go back to the type of human error we saw in 2002.
But, Chris, I do sense that is a goal of theirs, and bit by bit they're getting toward that goal.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I believe that our league has done some great jobs when it comes to advancing referees and how the game is officiated. When you look at, not only do we have the referee center back in New York, where the referees now can go and get help, and the game is faster, and also, you know, we have 3 refs on the floor, and so and we have the best conditioned refs, and so I think the game is just going to be better because we have passionate refs, we have passionate officials, and passionate players, and we're going to work together to make sure that this game is the best for every fan to be presented to, and also that every player has a chance to win a championship and don't have their heart broken.
It's deflected. G kicks to Dunn. The dish to G. Mirotic, a screen on Joseph. Here's Dunn. Offensive rebound, Felicio. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Tries again. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Bulls.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around, as his energy is contagious out there right now.
Now, Mirotic, he has a skill set perfectly tailored for today's game. A big man who can shoot. It's exciting to watch him evolve.
Bulls making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Lance Stephenson's checked in for Indiana. And Robinson III comes in for Oladipo. And Stevenson kicks to Turner. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. And it's 13 points for Miles Turner.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And again, no good by Chicago. The Pacers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Stevenson passes to Turner. They set the pick. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. So for the Bulls, Bobby Portis is checked in for Felicio, and it's Paul Zipser in for Valentine. And Indiana with a change here too. Jefferson's checked in for Miles Turner. Here's Joseph. Sweet little floater. And the Pacers lead by 3.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
G kicks to Portis. And Jefferson sends it back. Joseph with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. All by himself. Here's Portis, throws down the breakaway jam.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
And here's Indiana. They're on a 13-5 run. Screen by Jefferson. Robinson left side. Jefferson down low. Guarded by Holiday. That's good from Jefferson on the assist from Robinson.
No, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
G kicks to Portis. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Sabonis, the pass to Jefferson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Jefferson's got 7.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
G kicks to Zipser. Right wing. Clock at 6. Holiday goes in. That one falls. Indiana leading. Joseph, the pass to Sabonis. 13 feet away. Jefferson's shot is off.
That's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
Mirotic, the screen. So they take the lead. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
There's a screen by Robinson. And Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. That one, no good. And it's Chicago the other way. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Holiday, the pass to Portis. The kick out to Holiday. There's the screen. And off target that time from Zipser. Indiana trailing here. And here's Stevenson. Feeds it to Joseph. Screen by Jefferson. From deep, Stevenson. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the inside. Portis, no good that time. Jefferson with some nice D. Sharon Grant, he's checked in for G. Oladipo, he's checked in for Indiana. 54 seconds left to play in the third. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. We get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. Number 5, the Bulls.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
First free throw is good. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Nice. Tying it up. Though a little disappointed that he couldn't give him the lead.
Portis, the pass to Holiday. There's 37 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Grant, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They set the pick. Robinson passes to Sabonis. Clock at 6. Shoots over Mirotic. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Grant with the ball. Over Joseph. Off the mark. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Bulls. They're up by 2. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Indiana's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Markkanen is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Grant, and it's Portis in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
What a battle for that rebound there. He did an outstanding job in getting position and hauling that one in.
Grant kicks to Mirotic. There's the pick. Here's Holiday. He can't get that one to fall. Jefferson with some nice D. Oladipo dishes to Robinson. Back to Oladipo. Indiana moving the ball around. Joseph with the ball. Now defended by Grant, and they pick up 2. Jefferson's got the game tied up here for the Pacers.
He's been blazing hot to begin this half after looking utterly lost during the first. Nice turnaround.
Grant outside. He kicks to Mirotic. Passes it to Holiday. Shot clock at 5. And it's Grant in the corner. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's a call. It's on Indiana with the foul. Free throw good. Portis. Quincy Pondexter. He's checked in for Chicago. Zach LaVine comes in for Justin Holiday. Indiana also making some changes. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Jefferson. Bogdanovich comes in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Collison in for Joseph. Collison against Grant. Collison, no good. And Chicago shooting around 41% on the night. Here's Markkanen. Buries it down low. And the Bulls lead by 2.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Pondexter, the pass to Markkanen. He goes up again. No good that time. And Indiana will come the other way. And Bogdanovich kicks to Collison. That doesn't go either for Collison. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. To the middle, here's Portis. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
He's been so dependable in this game, taking nothing but good shots.
Here's Collison. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And the skill Collison has inside, so great at catching the D off guard when he's down in the post.
Grant kicks to Portis. Markkanen in the corner. Back to Portis. Stolen away. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. Oladipo misses.
They came close there to tying it up.
You just hate to miss out on those kinds of opportunities, especially coming down the stretch.
Dishes to Pondexter. Over in the corner, Portis. Pondexter kicks to Levine. Shot clock at 6. Over Young. Here's Portis. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
He has been unguardable. No one has been able to figure him out recently.
Here's Collison. Got a hand on it. Grant against Collison. Intercepted. And now it's Collison running. He can go all the way. Finished off the break.
That's the blinding quickness of Collison. That is exactly how you want your point guard to run in transition.
Chicago leading. Now Grant. Levine for 3. Again, Levine missing.
I'm sure the D has no issue whatsoever with him taking those threes, but he isn't hitting anything from out there.
Here's Sabonis. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 4 assists now tonight.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Levine wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Levine's got 20 points.
Simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Collison dishes to Bogdanovich. Here's the screen. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Bogdanovich, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Grant kicks to Markkanen. Screen by Grant. Levine passes to Pondexter. Back to Levine. Grant right side. Just 5 to shoot. Over Young. And it comes off the front of the rim.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Lopez, he's checked in for Chicago. And a change for the Pacers. Turner's checked in. And it's the Pacers with the ball. It's a 1-point game. Collison against Grant. Screen by Young. Now here's Bogdanovich. D right on him to take the lead, and he sinks the layup. Bogdanovich has got 4 this quarter.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
The pass to Lopez. Levine dishes to Grant. Back to Levine. The 10-footer. And it's sent back by Turner. And he gets it back. Clock at 2. Second chance shot. And misses it off the right side of the rim. For Indiana, they've gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the 4th quarter. They're 7 of 12. Young sets a screen for Oladipo. Up again. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Knocked away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Outside, Levine. Here's Grant. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The free throw drops for Grant. And Grant drops them both.
Well, he didn't really make a concerted effort in the first to get some free throws, but now all that has changed. Much more active.
And Young kicks to Oladipo. Young, a screen on Levine. Back to Young. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Lopez has got his 5th rebound in this one. Kicks it to Grant. Now here's Levine. Lopez a screen. Levine can't hit.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
I mean, truth is, if you play long enough, sometimes you're going to have a bad quarter, even a bad game. I doubt that this shakes his confidence.
Grant kicks to Markkanen. He feeds it to Pondexter. He dishes it to Markkanen. Lopez a screen. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Miles Turner. First free throw is good. And so Levine nails both of them. Pacers trail by 3. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. 1:57 left in the 4th quarter.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
With his game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop biting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals. That's giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
Chicago trailing here. Grant kicks to Pondexter. Bulls moving the ball around. And there's the feed to Grant. On the wing, Levine, guarded by Oladipo. 5 on the clock. Levine can't hit.
Well, Kev, I'm not sure if it's because he's shooting on the opposite side of the floor this half, but he just can't buy a bucket.
Indiana's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Turner with the screen. Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 3 now for Indiana. Grant outside. Pass to Levine. Here's Lopez. Buries it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Screen by Young. Oladipo outside. Young sets a screen for Oladipo to the inside. Money!
Wow, that is cold-blooded.
We want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning in to. Big moments.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 20 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, these are some of the toughest decisions. I mean, a good argument can be made for either case.
Honestly, just doing what they have
have to in order to get the basketball back.
Cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
And the 6', 175-pound Collison is a vital part of this team. A speedy point guard who can get hot in a hurry.
He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 2. Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 2. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
If possible, I think you run something that let you go for the 3. Take the best shot available.
Outside, Levine. It's off. He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. So he gets them both.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
And the Pacers call time here. The score is tied at 87. 11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. They set the pick. Turner with the screen. Oladipo outside. Shoots the 3. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. Well, if you love great competition and neck-and-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. And the Pacers start off with the ball. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward. Here's Levine. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
And he can't get the first one. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
An uneven trip to the line, but they do come away up by 1.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Outside Collison. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Pacers lead by 1.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Mirotic, a screen on Oladipo. Levine dishes to Mirotic. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
Mirotic is an exceptional player. I mean, he's someone that welcomes taking and making these big-type shots.
Bogdanovich wide open. Here's Sabonis. Here's Young. And count it, and a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
We're just over a minute into overtime here. Here's Grant. Pass to Pondexter. Screen by Grant. Here's Mirotic. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
This is what Mirotic does best. A knockdown 3-ball specialist. Doesn't hesitate in pulling the trigger.
Bogdanovich with it. Now defended by Levine. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Free throw good, Bogdanovic.
And Bogdanovic is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
Both good from the line that time. Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. Out to the wing. Lopez outside. Now the dish to Pondexter. Levine against Oladipo. Levine, good. Levine's got 27 points.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Whoever says that was an easy attempt right there lies. That was over a massive defender. He somehow guided it over him and in.
And you've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that could decide the outcome.
Collison with it. Now defended by Grant. Collison, the pass to Bogdanovic. That's short off the rim.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I'll tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Here's Lopez. Another shot, and he lays it up and in. And the Bulls lead by 5.
Lopez isn't going to shy away during big possessions. If he has a good look at the rim, he's ready to shoot.
Here's the screen. Collison kicks to Bogdanovic. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. And that's 21 points for Bojan Bogdanovic.
And how about the confidence Bogdanovic displayed there? This guy's a clutch shooter who loves being the man when the spotlight's on. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, yeah, and you have to give him credit, too. Makes the right read, go straight to the rim.
Screen by Young. Oladipo outside. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Levine kicks to Pondexter. Grant outside. Mirotic dishes to Grant. Back to Mirotic. Over Young. Sinks it.
Love the attitude of Mirotic. When the game is close, he wants the ball in his hands. He knows how to deliver.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 19 seconds left in overtime. What do you think, guys?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's a lot to talk about in this huddle. They'll also have to decide who they'll want to foul.
Oladipo for 3. Another miss by Oladipo. Here's Levine.
Oh! And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
That's why you can't let yourself get in this deep a hole. Very little time now to climb out.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're down by 6. 7 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Anything's possible, but they're going to have to be perfect the rest of the way just to even have a chance.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.